See, I haven't been lazy, I've just been busy with school, okay? But after a hiatus from last month, I apologize for not dropping last month's video. I'm back at this again with everything I watched in November. And I started this month with Gladiator 1 in anticipation for its sequel. And see, I liked it, but still on this rewatch, it just doesn't move me like it did for some people. Maybe it's the whole growing up with it. So there's that sense of attachment on this film for others that I just did not have. But I feel like I have watched films that have done what this movie is doing or what this movie did. And also those films were just better and had more to offer. And I'm not even rubbing this film short for anything. It's a fantastic film with great sets, amazing action. The acting from everyone is just stellar. It's amazing. Russell Crowe, what a performance. And even my critique of the film is like, it's literally nothing. But just the fact that it's such a simple revenge story. And it perfects the fundamentals so well. It's really never had to be anything else other than what it is. But I feel like that's just what held it back for me. The fact that the movie was just like one thing. Yes, it had its other lingering story and plot points. But still, it was just, at its basis, it was just this one thing. And I just think I've seen films do it better. Then see, just dislike this video, block me, report me for terrorism as I say this, but I prefer the second film to the original. I have a video explaining why I really love that film, but to summarize that, I just had way more with this film story. It's not a perfect narrative, and I think on reflection there are definitely cracks in that movie, and I think a rewatch would make it so apparent to me. But as you see me right now, I do not care. It had twists and turns that I really appreciated. I'm happy it did not rely on its revenge elements because it really should not have. Like, it's not supposed to do that. The rivalry between Joaquin and Russell from the first film was never really going to be on the cards here for any of the characters, like the face-offs here. And I prefer the routes that they took with the story, especially considering how much nostalgia beat is in this film to appeal to the fans of the original. So it was a bit annoying, I can't lie, but see, we look over that. I still thought the original had a couple things over the sequel, like the protagonist, for example. I mentioned that in my video. Nobody's beating Russell Crowe. You can't replace him. See, Paul Mescal, you did a good job, but that comparison will always be there. And the Colosseum fight bits were a bit disappointing that even 24 years later, the original still beats this sequel in those aspects. Like, come on, you should be doing better there. I also watched the first Paddington films, like the 1 and 2. See, I don't understand the hype with the second one. That first film, for me, is the better one, but see, they're both amazing. There's just something about the two films right now that is just magical. Paul King did such an amazing job to turn this into such a warm, heartfelt story, from Paddington not having a home and the dad hating him to just seeing both of them bond and breaking into that archive place. I also love the cameo of Simon Farnaby. I hope I got his name right in these films. Honestly, for me, those were the funniest bits. I also just never realized that Nicole Kidman was in this first film, as well as Brendan Gleeson from the second. I think I recognize his face, but actually just knowing that, oh, that's Brendan Gleeson, the guy that was in freaking, I don't know, Bands of Insurance. It's just like surreal to see somebody there. And they also pulled off bringing on Hayley Atwell for the third film, which it was a shame to see her performance was a bit cut short, but the movie was trash anyways. See, I have nothing to say for those first two films, apart from their really, really, really good family films. And I have a video on Paddington 3 that you should check out. Okay, I just realized that I didn't add the fact that I watched Watchmen this month. I low-key thought I watched this in December. I'm just going to freestyle this, unscripted and everything. I loved it. I feel like, because the first time I watched the Zack Snyder film, I watched the Ultimate Cut and I watched it in high school. And like, I watched like maybe an hour of it, then I fell asleep for like 20 minutes, then I watched like the remaining part of it. Like, it was a very pitch patchy experience. So like, to actually sit down and watch the Watchmen story for the first time properly, it blew my mind away. I love the character of Rorschach. I love the entire plot to, like, you know, make world peace. I think the entire plan that the smartest guy alive did not really plan his next plan was a bit dumb, but still, it's a really good story. And as so far that I'm reading the comic, it's a faithful-ish adaptation, but I feel like it's more loyal to the Zack Snyder film though. It was a good animated thing. Watch my video on it. But yeah, that's all I watched for this month. I know, basically nothing. Before I go, you should really subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to reach 400 subscribers before the end of the month. So before the end of the year, not the month. So that would be nice. If you enjoyed this video or what I do, please subscribe. And apologies, I really apologize for not uploading as much recently. August on this channel sort of pissed me off, and since then my output has just been deteriorating. as well as school playing a part too. But December, I'll be dropping a ton of, not a ton, but a couple reviews that I missed from some of the films I did not watch prior. And that's also to boost my journey to 400 subscribers. But thank you for the support. A 2024 ranked video will come out maybe the earliest in late January, because I'm going to be really busy. But late January, February, expect that. And I should have a 2025 anticipated movie video releasing this month though. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great month and an amazing end of the year. Peace.